This is your basic cleaning kit that you can find at any sporting goods store. As you can see, it has several brushes to clean several gun calibers. Let's start here with your cleaning rod. You have your rod section and end, and they screw together like this. Notice that your cleaning rod spins freely from the end. That way, when you run the brush through the barrel, your brush will spin with the rifling so it won't damage your barrel. Select a brush that matches the caliber of the weapon you're cleaning, and then begin your cleaning. Your kit also comes with patches. Once you've taken the patch out of the kit, you'll see the patch holder. Take the brush off and attach the patch or swab holder and insert your swab into the holder. Apply a few drops of oil to your patch. You'll run the patch through the bore to clean the rest of the loosened debris. Once you're ready to disassemble your weapon, the first thing you will want to do is to remove the magazine and lock the slide to the rear to ensure that it's clear and safe. Check your chamber and again verify that the safety is on. Once we've verified that the weapon is safe, we can start the disassembly. On the right-hand side of the weapon, you'll see a button, and on the left-hand side of the weapon, you'll see the takedown lever. Your takedown lever will roll down. As you unlock the slide will come straight off the front of the weapon. Place the lower receiver aside. Turn your slide upside down. Put your finger on top of the main spring and spring guide. Push forward toward the muzzle. Lift up and relieve the spring carefully, making sure that you don't shoot the spring across the room. Remove your main spring and spring guide. Your barrel will come out simply by pressing the unlock for your barrel lock. Lift up, slide back, and your barrel lifts out. Once you've removed your barrel, you're left with your slide assembly that has your safety and your bolt face. Now that we've completed the disassembly, we'll start the cleaning. It's best to start with the barrel, and once you've chosen the caliber of the brush, attach your brush to the cleaning rod. Grasp the barrel firmly and start your brush from the breech and go all the way to the muzzle end of the barrel, allowing the brush to spin freely with the rifling. Unscrew your brush and pass through as many times as required, looking down the barrel frequently to see how much carbon has built up, and deciding how many times to pass the brush through the barrel. Once we've decided the brush is complete, we can attach the patch just like we did the brush. Add a couple drops of oil, and again we'll start at the breech and go to the muzzle, running the patch along the rifling and taking all the dirt and carbon out, and then we'll come back through again with the patch and then inspect the rifling and see if we need to go through one more time. Set that aside, and the barrel's complete. Now let's move on to the slide assembly. Your slide assembly is going to collect a lot of carbon around the bolt face, the ejector, and your extractor. Your extractor collects carbon underneath, and if too much carbon has built up, it won't cycle properly because the cartridge will not seat in the chamber. So you want to make sure that that is clean. Take your patch, run it inside of the rails on both sides, and once that is complete, we'll take a new patch, complete the removal of all old oil and carbon buildup, then reapply 1 or 2 drops of oil, and apply a light coat of lubrication to protect the gun once we've put it back together. Once your slide is complete, we'll move on to our lower assembly. At this time, we'll cock the hammer and wipe out all of the carbon from around the ejector feed ramp area and in your magazine well. Once that's complete, again we'll take a clean patch and apply 1 or 2 drops of oil to provide a light coat of lubrication for reassembly, making sure that your rails and extra moving parts have a light coat on them. And we're complete. Once we're ready to reassemble the weapon, we'll take the slide assembly and the barrel assembly, reinsert the barrel, pulling up on the locking block and pushing straight back down, and your barrel will lock into place. We'll take our main spring and main spring guide, insert it into the slide, applying pressure and inserting it into the notch on the locking block, making sure that it seats into the notch on the locking block. Keep pressure with your thumb when you put the slide back onto the lower receiver. When we're ready to meet the lower receiver with the slide assembly, match your rails up. Lock your slide to the rear, and again we'll lock the rail up so that it sits along the slide. Cycle it one more time to ensure smooth operation. Take the weapon off safe. Pull the trigger. Ensure the hammer falls rearward and falls freely. Hold the trigger to the rear. Cycle the slide. Ensure the hammer stays back and reset the trigger. You should hear a click. At this point, you'll pull the trigger back again to ensure it works again in single action. Release the trigger, set your safety lever, and you're complete.